Good morning, everyone. It's 5:55 a.m. The sun is coming up. What you saw a little earlier in the earlier clip was half an hour ago, and we actually had a little glow on the clouds from just below where the sun was about to come up. And I thought that was kind of cool. I actually came out because the birds were singing and the sky looked really amazing with the orange glow on the clouds. I woke up about 5:25, got the cats fed, glanced outside and thought, oh, that's pretty color. I need to go capture that. Yes, my voice is still a little hoarse this morning. My sinuses have just been a wreck all week. Oh, we got a lot of stuff we're gonna work on and go out. But I got breakfast. I got some irises starting to bloom. I'm out here in the dew-covered grass in my bare feet. Do a little earthing early in the morning. Snowball bush is almost in full bloom. I got a lot of them they just get bigger and wider. They start out so tiny and green, and then they just get bigger and wider. It's gorgeous. We're gonna cut it down though. It's too big. Not the whole bush, I mean, but I'm going to start letting it get shorter branching and then just keep it trimmed up like a white hedge here so it doesn't grow into my roof line. I gotta keep it shorter. Anyways, my lilacs are looking gorgeous. I mean, you see that? Yes, that's the noises coming from the well, but the lilacs are just looking beautiful. I gotta go back in. Got bacon on the grill, and gotta get this day going. Yep, got the bacon going. And over here we are going to, got my little Dash mini grill. This one's purple. I found a purple one, had to buy it. Yes, I love my Dash mini grills. We're going to make some chaffles that consist of 1 cup of well-packed shredded cheese. I usually use fine shredded cheese, but I got this. This was on sale at the grocery store. My maple waffle flavored Keto Chow protein shake powder. This is actually the most nutritionally complete powder you will find. It's literally a meal replacement shake, not a meal supplement. It's not a supplemental shake. It can actually replace an entire meal. And these are some of the best I've come across. And 3 eggs. So, I'll go away for a second because I don't have 4. And we will come back as soon as I got this all mixed up and show you how to cook it. Okay, I got my batter made. I did end up adding about 1/3 of a cup of water, or the equivalent of another egg, large egg, because those were smaller eggs and they didn't have quite enough moisture content. But my little mini grill is cooked, and what I'm going to do is just making sure. Okay, take about a spoonful, small spoonful, and you just drop it on here. That wasn't quite small enough. Okay, big enough. Small spoonful. And then you close that and wait for it to cook. Okay, after about a minute or 2, this is what you got. And this is what I use for bread. Has a nice bread-like texture. They're basically cheese waffles. cheese and egg waffles. And I use the maple waffle flavor, which is really good. And I'm going to make me a whole bunch of them. Well, okay, breakfast is ready. I usually only get about 8 chaffles, but because of the little extra water, I might have gotten a little more liquidy than I normally do. I actually got 10 out of this batch, which is pretty good. So I'm gonna go eat some breakfast and get going with my day. I got a lot to do today. Well, good morning, everyone. The first thing I'm doing this morning is running an errand to Ridley's. It's 7:45 in the morning, and they've got a meat sale going on. So I'm going to do my best to check it out. See if there's what I can buy. It's going to have to go on the credit card. I think I only have about $4 in the bank, so I don't have money for meat, but we'll charge it up and figure out how to pay off that credit card later. Anyways, this is where I am, and this is our first errand of the day. Back for a quick second. I just thought I'd show you. These are the prices they've got on some of this stuff. It's only today. First come, first serve. While supplies last, no rain checks. So let's go in and see what I can get for today's haul. Okay, I did pretty good. I got 4 pounds of hamburger. It's at $3.57 a pound. I got $3.97 a pound. I got 2 packages of petite sirloin steaks, and at what was it? $1.97 a pound. 2 packages of country style ribs. Oh boy, try to get them in my cooler here. Probably spinning you guys around here, trying to film and load all my meat in the cooler at the same time. And I got a couple of roasts, both of them. They're $3.57 a pound, and they are both close to 4 pounds each, just under 4 pounds. So that's pretty darn good. 8 pounds of roast there. And that was at $3.97 a pound. Let's see. The roast. Yeah, nope. $3.57 a pound. Yeah. The roast were $3.57 a pound. So, yeah. $3.97 for the petite sirloin. The roast were $3.57 a pound. Country style ribs were $1.97 a pound. And the ground beef was $3.57 a pound. Not bad. Not bad at all. Spent $65 all total, including sales tax. It came to $64.95. So, yep, whole nickel short. Another nickel and it would have been $65 even. So, that's not too bad considering the price of meat these days. Yeah, let's go and just stick the cart over here. They don't have cart corral. They used to have cart corrals out here, but when they did up the parking lot last month, they got a new cart corral and put it clear out there. Old folks like me, we're not going to walk that far. I'll just stick them next to the post. So now we gotta go home, and I got what I felt I could have put on my credit card. The credit card is getting used up, and I still gotta pay my mechanic when he finally gets my car fixed. So I gotta save what little money I still got left on that balance. But that was pretty good haul at the Ridley's one-day meat sale. They still were getting ready to put meat out. They had some meat out, but not everything was put out. But that's what I got. And we'll go talk to you in a bit when I finally get home. And we can get going on our yard work for today. Okay, back home. Got my meat put away. Some in the freezer, big freezer. Some's in the fridge waiting to get sorted out and put on cookie sheets and froze. But we got a lot to do here. I have got to clear out all these old dead stalks, sunflower stalks from last year, and get all this grass. I had the sprinkler going last night, so everything is well watered. So this grass should come up pretty easy, and we can get the a little bed, get it cleared out. My tongue doesn't want to work this morning. Anyways, we're going to do that. Get a hose on and start watering my little trees. And I'm not sure if maybe I should mix up some plant food for these guys. They're just not leafing out very well. Weather's supposed to be warm again this week. We will see. Every time it's supposed to warm up, it does for one day, and then it gets chilly again. I mean, the leaves on my peach tree should be huge. This one's doing a little bit better, but it's still... These leaves are just really undersized. But it looks like I'm going to have peaches. I'm actually going to get some peaches off of this one. I don't know about this one. I mean, these are the ones that are supposed to have frost-resistant blossoms and buds and everything, and it bloomed. But I do not see any peaches. I do not see any baby peaches. So the cold weather we had, I may have lost pretty much everything. Because once all the blooms faded, they all just dried up and blew off, and I do not see any developing peaches. And you saw these trees, they blossomed really well. I had bees in them. But then we keep having these cold temperatures. So I don't think they're going to produce this year. Yeah, you see, that's pretty much what happened. Dried up and blew away. No peach. No peach. I do not see peaches on my trees. So we will just this year do pruning and pest control and water and fertilize, and hopefully next year we will get peaches. Oh boy, that's a little disappointing. I was really hoping to have 3 trees with peaches on them this year. But my good old Alberta looks like it's going to give me a few. It was just a very strange spring. Kept getting cold. It'd warm up and kept getting cold. The plants I don't think like that. My brush pile is getting bigger. I've got my neighbor who usually hauled off my brush pile no longer has a burn place to burn the brush pile. Burn the brush. So now it has to be hauled off to the dump. I may have to talk to my bishop and see if somebody can bring a dump trailer and haul it off. But I got to get that patch cleaned up. I got my little sunflower starts here. We got to get them in the ground. They're doing very well. And need to get my tomatoes in the ground. I lost the top to this. It looks like it broke off. We've had some high winds, so it's quite possible it broke off, but that's okay. Yeah, look at that. Even though I tried to protect them. Because it will send out side shoots along the stems there. Down in those little corners of the stems, they'll send out buds and side shoots, and it shouldn't affect it much. I actually know people who will clip off the top of their tomato plants simply to create more side branches. Anyways, my strawberries are trying to put on fruit. I need to get them watered today too. Watered the raised beds so they're ready to put tomatoes and my little lemon cucumbers. I got a couple little lemon cucumbers from my mom. I got to figure out where I'm going to put them, and hopefully they do better this year. But let's get busy. I've got to get that bed done, and I've got to finish moving dirt. I ordered a greenhouse tarp to put over my old greenhouse frame there, but I want to move my greenhouse frame over into this corner, so I got to finish getting all this dirt dug out and out of here, and the rocks dug out and out of here, and the weeds pulled up and out of here. And yeah, got a lot of that to do. Another thing I thought you guys would enjoy, I showed you a little bit this morning. Look at what's blooming. My irises are blooming. I got lots of buds. They're very tall because the grass is tall and I have not gotten this weeded yet. So they're trying to get themselves up and high above the grass. And they've gotten very tall. They've never gotten this tall before. I'd say they're about 4 feet tall. And usually these stems only get about 3 feet, but aren't they just gorgeous? And they smell so lovely. Yep, this is going to be moved. And let's go look at that yellow one I showed you a glimpse of early this morning. Look at that. I got one of my yellow ones. Oh boy. It smells so good. Dame's Rocket is blooming really great. I've got to get out here with my string trimmer and whack down everything I can whack down. And one of these days I'm going to get this all cleaned up, but we're going to keep it trimmed. But yeah, look at the Dame's Rocket. It has just gone wild back here. Really filled in the back part of this little bed and in what used to be the pathways. I've got it's going to be a big project this summer, trying to get this thing under control. My mountain ash is blooming. Yes, this is a mountain ash. Isn't it gorgeous? Yeah. Oh. My dad dug this tree up out of his yard 25 years ago. It probably would have been bigger had I watered it more, but I didn't water as much as I should. Now I got this up to keep people from mowing over it when it was little. And I've got to figure out how to get that out of there because I think it's growing up through the wire, maybe. But it was a single trunk and the main trunk died and it sent out all these side shoots. So yeah, it's supposed to be a tree, but it's more like a very tall shrub. But it's beautiful and I love it. And it's something that my dad gave me. He passed away in September 2003, so he's been gone for a while. But I still have his tree. Anyways, let's get going. Honeysuckle shrubs are blooming. Got a beautiful pink one. Bees absolutely love them. This is going to be a horribly long video if I don't get going here. I'll just sit here and watch bees all day. Look at that one. Bees are really loving this. Yeah. This one has pinkish white blooms. Not the pink and yellow. And then I got a honeysuckle volunteer coming up in the middle of my serviceberry. And this one's got white blossoms. So I got 3 different colors of blossoms. That's interesting. Anyways, there I've already been out here chattering for the last 10 minutes, and I better get busy. Well, it's a little noisy next door. My elderly neighbor is out doing weed control in his weedy field out here. But we got the weeds out from under the fence line. And I got the ground is almost ready to be planted. I need to pull some of this dirt away from the fence and down towards the tires, because my fence is basically getting buried. I swear these poles have sunk down in the ground more and more every year. And I don't know if there's anything that exists that you could gently lift them up about 6 inches. But yeah, that corner post is sunk down, and this whole fence line, it all was originally as tall as that post. And you see how high that post is off the ground, but then you start looking at it and you realize this whole fence line over the last 20 some odd years is, I guess I put it up in 97, so it's, oh god, yeah, it's 27 years old. I got it put up in 97 or 98, might have been 98, but yeah, you can see how it's kind of sunk. The whole fence line is sunk. So instead of, and yeah, it has a slope. But yeah, it looks so much better. And now I gotta clean up the grass. I was thinking of maybe getting the mower and seeing if I could mow over it. Sure beats piling it all up and trying to do something else with it, but yeah, got to do that. I brought out my little yard seat. It's a little yard cart wagon yard seat. Tires need to be pumped up a little more. They're starting to get a little low, but it sure saved my back. My back was really hurting. And yeah, you can see from here, that's a nice looking clean fence line. And now I gotta clean up. Yep, that's the one side of weeding. You get this looking clean, but then you gotta clean that up somehow. Anyways, I'm gonna go in the house, charge up my phone a little bit, and get a little bite to eat, and then I'll be back out. Well, I got everything watered. I came out here and Got it all well watered. Strawberries are watered. Even those ones are watered. Sunflowers are all watered. Little rose is watered. My horseradish is watered. My pretty little plant pot back in the corner is watered. Everything is really well watered. And it's calling me. It honestly is calling my name. I can hear it. But we do have some things done back here. I got the weeding done. I did some raking because, as you know, soil gets pushed up along the fence. So I pulled down some of the soil, got my rake, pulled down some of the soil. And then I went and got that pile of lawn clippings that was on the other side of the fence, and I've started my mulching. Yep, this is the time of year where we now start putting the rear bagger on the lawnmower and we start mulching. But first I got some rocks to move, I realized. Over there along that fence line, I don't know if you can see it, but I've got a lot of rocks there. It's making even using the string trimmer to keep that area clean difficult. So now that my wagon is fixed, and yes, it's fixed, I got my tires back Thursday night from the mower place. Left them here yesterday, so when my neighbor came and mowed my lawn, and yes, my lawn got mowed, he got the tires back on. The tire they put on my wagon is actually a much better quality tire than the other tires that came with it. It's a much better tire. But I need to get a little more air in the other 3 tires. And I need to get it pumped up so I can use it. Oh boy. I don't know what I'm going to do with this Flexzilla. I love Flexzilla hoses, except for one thing, they get full of algae. My mom was going to bought a couple, and I told her problems I had, and I think she ended up taking them back to Walmart and got her money back. I said, just buy a regular hose. So I need to get my sprinklers out and going because it's a hot, dry day today, and well, it's getting up around 80, and my lawn is starting to look dry. So I need to get some sprinklers going. Let's do that. And it is time to clean my makeshift bird bath. The birds have obviously been in here. There's weeds, grass. There is little bits of floaty things. I think some feathers in there, but I think they'll appreciate it much better if we get all that old rust and poop out of there. So let's clean the bird bath. And just like that, we have crystal clean bath water for the birds, and they'll drink it. Yeah, what can I say? They're birds. But at least it's nice and clean. It's a hot day. I'm sure somebody's going to appreciate this. Meanwhile, off in my apple tree, I still got some apple blossoms, and I've been spying here and there some bees in there, if I can catch them. They are really just kind of always on the other side of the tree from me. But I've seen some honeybees in here. But isn't that beautiful? My Honeycrisp apple tree is in bloom. The blossoms have really taken a beating from our cold winds. And they smell so nice. Apple blossom is a really nice scent. Trying to see if I can find those bees. I've seen a couple. Shy little bees. And there we are. Look at that. See the bags of pollen on her back legs? She'll be taking that back to the nest. Huh. Anyways, got 1 or 2 bees out here too. We can see them. Oh, I get close to them and they fly off. But yeah, we do. Most beautiful flowers. And they smell so nice and sweet. Well, I still haven't gotten everything done I wanted to get done today. Did work on getting a little more dirt over here to fill in this area. It's getting there. Still got so many rocks I've got to get out of this dirt, but I'm getting more of that moved over so that I can put my greenhouse frame here in this corner. So I got some of that done today. Didn't get the sunflowers planted yet like I was going to, but the bed is ready for them. It's all ready and got everything weeded. Got the little back pasture mowed. It needs another mowing. Those weeds keep wanting to pop up. I'm gonna have to come out here tomorrow. I mean, we got rain clouds up here, but they're not raining. And boy, I could use a good rain back here. It's starting to dry out, and it needs a good rain. And it's like, I am surrounded by rain clouds. Temperatures dropped about 20 degrees, and I could use a good rain. Sun's going to be going down here soon. And it's just really peaceful out here. Breezy, but peaceful. Especially with the sprinklers going. I think I'm kind of plumb wore out of energy too, so. But everything here is well watered. The sunflowers are looking really happy in their little pots right now, so I'm not too worried about them. I need to get my other plants here planted. Again, everything's looking good. So I think we're doing good getting things shaped up. It's just gonna take a little more time. I don't have a lot of energy all the time, and I get wore out real easy. But getting the back mowed really good really helps. Getting all this, boy, this was the big job today. Getting all this weeded and ready for planting, and then getting back here and mowing. I still have that. I got the rocks moved. Rocks are all gone now. So now I got to get my string trimmer and come out. May do that tomorrow after church. Get my string trimmer and come out and get that zipped down. And then there's some holes where some of the rocks were embedded in the dirt, and I just need to get some dirt and put dirt in. But yeah, as you can see, got a nice little bare strip of ground here along the fence. All the tall grass is gone, and we are ready to put our sunflowers in. Next up is get pumpkin starts and seeds in the ground. I've been watering to get the ground prepared, and so it's a little dampish looking. Gonna have to do deep watering on my peach trees, and I'm thinking I might need to just give these guys mix up some Miracle-Gro for them. I think they need a little boost after our warm, cold spring. I believe on this apricot here, I think all the top growth has definitely died. It's definitely, the top of it is definitely dead, but we have got some nice new green growth, and it is just taking off. This green growth is. So I'm just going to let that get really big, really tall, and when it's really well rooted in there, and I can get it this fall into the ground, probably next spring, I am going to cut the top part off and just let these branches here get very tall and maybe grow a new trunk like I did on the one peach tree I have. We're going to see what we can do about this. I don't know what is going on with this pear tree. My mom's got the same problem with the green pear she got from the county sale. Her green pear is doing the same thing. We got them in the ground, and she's giving them rooting hormone and all kinds of things, but boy, they're just not looking happy. But I'm hoping some Miracle-Gro will help. Oh, my plum is doing amazing. Plum's doing amazing. Now this apricot is doing good. I think it had a little more root system than the other apricot though. I think this one had a little more roots, so this apricot is doing good. It's finally putting out some good leaves. This cherry's doing so-so. We're gonna get everybody watered because, well, they're not exactly dry, but you know, top part's dry. But if I put my finger down in there, the dirt's still damp, so they're okay. And this pear is also they just don't look healthy. I expect to see leaves out like that, not curling up. So I don't know what's going on. Sometimes I think I do better to go to local nursery and get my trees than to buy them from like the county tree sales or Costco's bare root trees, which had no root trees. But I'm going to give everybody a good drink of water tonight, and then we'll come back and catch the sunset, watch the sun go down. And I'll talk to y'all later and hopefully get this video out by morning. Well, we got sun's going down under the clouds. Gonna be dropping down below the big butte there to the side. Beautiful sunset, even with the clouds. It's a beautiful, beautiful sunset tonight. So I'll leave you with this, and guess I'll see y'all on the next video.